Good morning. How we doing? We back. Hello. We've got Noob coming and picking his nose. We got Beast, Story Rat. Hello, Waste of Mind. Hello, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Buds, thank you. I'm trying to scroll back up here. Thank you for that sub for 38 months of boop. Thank you. I appreciate it. We've got Ravenlord in here. Hello, Fierce Lion. Hello, Scott is spinning. Hello. How we all doing today? As we come in, some of us were watching the Nintendo Direct this morning. I'm excited for a new Switch. We traded in our OG Switch and our old Xbox a while back. So we've got all that store credit just sitting there waiting for the Switch. So it's just a matter of, okay, we'll wait till June. But yeah, there's some cool stuff in there. We got the sizzle for some Silk Song. We got a new FromSoft, which is pretty cool. The Kirby, I need to go back and rewatch. I was kind of in and out getting ready for stream, and then I slept in too late, so I missed the very beginning. But I need to go back and watch that in the Donkey Kong. I'm trying to remember what else I did see. Elden Ring coming to the Switch is kind of exciting. They've got enough power to now bring that over. May not, hello, I'm good, how are you? My partner loves Mario Kart, so we'll probably play some Mario Kart. I saw there was just the Switch and then the bundle with Mario Kart, so that's probably what we would do is pick up that too. Cyberpunk 2077 on Switch. It's so wild that how many years later we finally get to bring some of this to Switch. Now that it's getting its upgrade. Silk Song extremely confirmed. It was in there. Manon says, I'm good halfway through the week. Cannot believe it's April. It's weird, isn't it? I'm with you, Manon. It doesn't feel like it should be. I'm going to get the bundle because Mario Kart World otherwise is $80. Yeah, I think it makes sense, as a bundle. So I think pricing makes sense, too. So we'll probably hop in for the two. We've basically moved to mostly PC. But I think the Switch would be the console we continue to get just because it has so much more unique things to it. Silk Song, yep. Switch to Silk Song bundle gonna happen. I can feel it. If you say so, but if you say so. But yeah, we're back from Adepticon. That's where I was last week when we canceled some streams. I have brought the goodies because I know you guys would. I got you, Exalted. You and Scott pulled ahead. I gotta catch up and build some today. But first, I wanted to show off everything I picked up. So we picked up. This is from Journeyman Miniatures. And I haven't even opened it yet. It's still sealed. But I got this cool Journey to the West. I went back. I had been looking at it. And then Slam got the bust. And I was like, I do want it. So I went back. I do want it. And Scott was very sweet. And picked this up for me. So I'm going to take a look here. Get a little sticker. Conquest, do people even play that? I mean, people with dinosaurs do. You have to speak these things, Butts is manifesting Silk Song things. Again. Alright, so we've got torso. It feels like, okay, yeah. I'm missing something. All the big bits are still down here. Here we go. Built another horse. Those are good size horses, Exalted. I think those are going to be really fun to work on. That's some big ponies. Not as big as the dinosaurs, but they're pretty big. Glad to see you made it back with having a brick thrown at you by James from Silent Hill. We made it. We made it. It was, I thought about you as we were driving through kind of southern Illinois. Just do the wave out the window. Alright, there's the base. Okay, I might have to dig in more. I'm not quite sure how all this goes together here. Everything looks really nice. Why do I feel like I'm missing a piece? Or maybe this just goes together different than I think it does. Could be. I think I don't have the brain capacity to do this right now, but while I did not get the crud, I'm still very tired. My little introvert battery is out. I'm done. I have no energy. I'm glad to receive the wave. It's a good thing I left before the liminal Conquest demon appeared, or I'd have that T-Rex. She'll get you next time. She'll get you. Okay, there we go. There is at least a start. But yeah, I'll figure out the rest of this when I have more brain power. Does have a cool sculpted base, though. So we'll get him together. work on him here at some point. He was just too cool. We had to go back for him. But we'll put him back away here. And all of the crazy, like, cardboard grass. Exalted, what are you most excited for from the Switch 2? We were talking about that right before you came in. I need to go back. I missed the very beginning because I was lazy and I didn't want to get out of bed. And then I missed a bit towards the end. So I need to go back and watch some of it. But from what I understand, the scale is 38 mil instead of 32 mil. Oh, which is why everything is larger. Imagine buying dinosaurs for Scott to steal. Who would do that? Who would do that indeed? Crazy. Crazy. Has Sadie forgiven you yet for leaving? It's really funny. She also just crashed because she was at daycare while we were gone. So the place does like a daycare and then they also do boarding. She was out for like a day straight. We were all feeling it. It was really cute. The big winners from Adepticon were Conquest, War Machine, and Trench Crusade. The Trench Crusade stuff was really cool. They were doing demos. They were very aggressive about the demos. I went in just to look at some of the miniatures and stuff, and I just got like pounced on. They're like, you want a demo? You want a demo? It's like, okay. And then the booth was really cool. They had like some of the like helmets and stuff that you could put on. Trench Crusade did very well at Adepticon. Yeah, it was really cool. War Machine. I actually have some War Machine that we're going to look at. I'm going to save it though, because I'll start with that. I was going to save it because I want to do like a separate stream for it. But the very nice people at Steamforged gave us a 2-player starter. So we're going to dive into this more in depth. But I do have this from Adepticon. So this is the Shadows and Scum set. And yeah, we're going to dive into this probably next week so I can give it the attention that it that it deserves. I'm a little too brain dead for it today. But thank you, Steamforged, for sending this with us to check out. I'm very excited. Very excited. You weren't kidding about the social battery. I've been sleeping good. I passed out, and I just did not want to get up this morning. So I don't have the crud, but I'm very tired. Mario Kart World looks fun. FromSoft Machine churns out another. I'm a little concerned about that, Exalted, if I'm honest. Between like the Night Rain stuff and this looked very different. I don't know. I'm curious. But it does seem to be like a lot here. Ghost Hawks, welcome in. How are you? Scott Aliens and Dinosaurs, but JP1 method of their DNA is a shave can. Or wait, are JP sequels of snare traps? Wait, what? What are we doing, Ghost Hawks? We just took them. We just straight took the dinosaurs. They're just ours now. I played that before Warhammer. We tried it a while back, and unfortunately our community is very tournament meta heavy, and they bounced us out of the game. So I'm excited to check it out. Isn't Night Rain Bandai Namco? Oh, that's the, yeah, so that is the publisher, but I believe some of that team is still on it. I am not as interested in Night Rain. I'm curious to see how it does, but it's interesting to see what they're doing here. Jazzy, welcome in. How are ya? It's got trains. Wait. Something has trains? I think I'm bouncing back and forth too much. Again, bear with me today, chat. War Machine was like everywhere, if I remember correctly. Oh, it was like that everywhere. It was all the tournament type players. It's unfortunate. They had such cool minis, and like I liked some of the mechanics and stuff. But the people playing it here in this area were not people I'd want to keep playing with. Okay, so what I'm opening right now, and I'm sorry, it doesn't have a picture. This is actually in the Bushido booth, but this is Kato. And I actually did a quick little Google search before stream. There is a miniature for Kato, and it's kind of like a Summon Spirits. I think it was Kato the Marionette. So let me get all the... Ooh, we got some small pieces here. Let me be careful so I don't break anything. And I will see if I can get it assembled to the point that you guys can see the sculpt. We got some... Okay, here is the little marionette that I mentioned. Gotta be very careful not to break that. We got some smaller pieces here. War Machine is always full of absolute tryhards. It'll be interesting to see now that it's back and like Steamforged is taking over. Kind of, if that changes, how it changes. wish I could bring my meta too, y'all, right? Soul's Blood or whatever it's called. Yeah, oh, what was it called? Okay, there's a bit more of some more very spindly pieces. But more kind of the spirity stuff. I did mention they're going to do a lot of narrative stuff moving forward with War Machine. Good. I do wonder if that will help to bring people either to it or back to it. Like, would that be enough that... Like, obviously Scott and I are going to try it, but would that be... For the people like Scott and I, would that bring people back? It'll be cool to see. Good thing I never got rid of my Circle Ouroboros. Get to fight all my metal circle. That's what I played when we did play. Okay, so this goes here. Look how pretty. Let me see if I can get a bit more of it without it falling apart here. Assuming that's supposed to be in its mouth, but for right now, I can hold it here, so I'm going to leave it. But this was in the kind of the display booth, so I wanted to check it out. I don't know where the marionette, I guess it would be attached to this, wouldn't it? Okay, should have done that one first. Come here. Goodness. But there it is roughly all together. Live Madness, hello, how are you today? I wish the starter was Crix versus Sharks, and I was interested in the Chimera. That's cool. I'll play them when we play. Do you want to be Sharks? Crix right now is the newer stuff for, Necrofactorum. Oh, I got some reading to do. I never did paint any of it, though I still kind of want to do it. You can join us for We're Painting Our Box. Earlier says, I had a War Machine player pick up one of my unpainted models unprompted, start filing away mold lines and nubs when I was playing a game. I had so many weird interactions like that when I was new to it. Yeah, nah, nope. Nah. Yeah, it's things like that, where it's like, maybe with new players or a new, like, focus, maybe they can get away from some of that, but it's hella weird. Nah. Oh, what was in... Trying to remember what was in which bag, but I will worry about it a bit more later. How are the mold lines on these? So we haven't gotten to the Conquest yet. This is something I picked up in the Bushido booth, Live Menace. When we get to Conquest, we will absolutely take a look, though. I'm just showing everything I got at the con. How are you? I'm sad y'all got the mouth breathers in your metas. Yeah, it's basically exclusively mouth breathers. Unfortunately. What time we meeting in the lobby today? Wait. Slam, hello. You found your way to the lobby. How are you? I was worried that maybe you had caught the crud. It's good to see you. How are you? Some people are just OCD like that. We have a bell at work that people can sing for or ring for service. People are obsessed with ringing it multiple times for fun. Just don't touch. If it's not your shit, don't touch it. Like, I feel like that's so obvious. And yet, here we are. The Adepta Plague. That's right. Con crud is no joke. If anyone is not feeling great. Oh. Okay. I'm going to show off this one last thing, and then we'll dive into Conquest. Scott has brought some very big miniatures to me. And then you guys can see. Safe for now. Good. Alright, the last little thing before we dive into Conquest is... Paranoia went to the preview and brought back this for me. Isn't that sweet? So they showed off the new Space Wolves, which I guess we should talk GW also. But Paranoia brought this back. So it says, for Russ and the Allfather. And I get a new Space Wolf. So this is what they gave away at the preview. So I got a new Space Wolf boy. Trying to see what we got kind of unique. We've got some little teeth. We've got some runes. We had the new like leg plates we were looking at. Other than that, pretty standard Space Marine-y stuff. But new Wolfman. Here's Wolfman. What did we think of new Space Wolves, chat? I think they look nice. I'm kind of glad they didn't get anything wild. Like, they just look nice and updated, which is nice. Kind of curious to see what else they will get. But I thought they looked nice. Space Wolves, I want them so bad. New army time, let's go. Scott says running back upstairs to the vendor hall. Slam Exalted, you want to come? Surprised you pay for sharing air with thousands of people in a confined space. Yep, inhaling other people's exhale pretty much. Concrete is no joke. I think I told you guys, the first year we went to Adepticon, I got it really bad and I couldn't talk for like 2 weeks. I lost my voice. Like I had to at work, I couldn't talk. I had to cancel streams. It was bad. I'm glad they didn't ruin them. 8 of 10. That's pretty accurate, Jesse. They're not blood angels. I don't think we got quite as cool as dark angels. I think we're right in that middle area, you know? Horses? You ready, Exalted? All right. I do have stuff to show you that aren't horses. This is what Scott's been building. Before I get into mine, here's what Scott's been building. And why I desperately need to catch up today. Look at this boy. So this is from Conquest. This is the, Tontor. My Tontosaur. Look at this big boy. So here is a Votan for scale. So this is what Scott's been working on. Big boy. Wish the new Space Wolves were easier to convert. I like the new poses and slightly lighter armor on the Assault Boys. He's a big lad. A few pieces have been left off that too for painting. Do you measure from the model or the base? Yeah, base. So it is rank and file. So it has a circle base. These actually fit into like a square base. And I wouldn't think this would go into the skirmish game, but they do have a skirmish game that you use the circles for. So you can actually do, I think the First Blood, the skirmish game, and then there's the big rank and file. Too many. I would imagine he couldn't go in the skirmish. Oh, the Apex does fit. So there is one big dino. Hold on, chat. Here is another big dino. Oh, I think you can take anything? Okay, so that might just be your list. That might just be it. Here's next big dino. So he'll have a rider up top as well. So that's the Apex. And then another big dino. So this is and I didn't realize he was actually throwing it. That's really cool. It makes me a little nervous off to the side there. But I didn't realize he was like actually throwing it. Hold on to the wing here so you can show. Wing Lord Predator is this one here. It bouncing around looks really weird on the camera. There's him. And then a boy. Not a big dinosaur, a big orc instead. So that's what Scott's been working on since we got home. Scott says pretty solid hard plastic like GW. Yeah, it feels like if you're used to Games Workshop, you're gonna be working with similar material here. Work from home jobs are so nice. I wish I could build my models at my job. I have 12 more hunting raptors to clip and build. They're like 8 pieces each. So that's what Scott's got. I know Exalted has also been building. That's in the whip gallery if you guys want to see Exalted's. Exalted's got knights and ponies. And then I picked up, to go with the Kitsune that we got, I picked up the Urani faction, which is the Japanese inspired. And that's what we're going to build today. Ow. So let me put all these dinosaurs back, and then we're going to do some building, chat. Ooh. But that's what I picked up at the con. The con was really fun. Really glad we got to see everyone, got to hang out, got to show the Brits a bit of Milwaukee. Got some food, got to play some games. We had a board game night. We had a Magic the Gathering and Gaslands night, which was really fun. For those who went, what were some of the favorite things you guys did? Plastic is quite good. The sprue having arrows pointed at the pieces is actually a good quality. I'm excited to get in here and see, because I've not actually looked at any of the sprues or anything just yet. I'm just going to pull everything out so we can get the box out of here. William, welcome in. How are you? I did hit my funny bone. How are you today? Hoodguard, welcome in. How are ya? I'm getting all my Conquest stuff out as you come in. We got building to do. Grab these two, actually. Oh my... Hold on, chat. Okay. There's like terrain pieces in there and they kept like falling where I needed to go. It was ticking me off a little bit. I'm too tired for this. It's little things like that which makes me mad that GW can get away with their stuff. I think that's Exalted. When I start like, when we're working on like Malifaux and like some other stuff, there's definitely those moments of like, why? Why do we keep doing those? Gas Sense is really fun. Currently 3D printing. Oh, a start line. Love that. I did the same with Miss Game and Tide Fox yesterday. Yes, let's go. Fierce Lion says, favorite part is getting British candy and of course hanging out. Your eyes lit up and it was the cutest thing ever. The cutest thing. Prices are good for Conquest stuff. Here, okay, here's what, yeah, Exalted just hit on it. What we were blown away by. The app is free. The app works. The app, you can actually like download everything and then you don't need the internet. Like it's all just downloaded on the app. You can use it just at the game store. It's great. The rules are free. You can see stat blocks and things. We just started at the wrong system, chat. We started at the wrong system. Here is, I mentioned that the bases are circle and then they have the trays. So you do have that. With the newer ones, there are actually spots for magnets, and I saw Exalted was using those. So there's actually spots so you can magnetize it into the stand is the square one, and then there's the base. And they were giving 10% discount codes at the booth. But yeah, the more you start looking into the other systems, the more you're like, why did we put up with all this other stuff? Okay, let's see. I kind of want to just start with the Daimyo. That's Tengu. That's another unit. That looks Tengu. What does it say? Are you? I don't know if you might be a boy. Because that looks like a unit. Ah, that's a big boy. Yeah, I think that's the sprue we need. It's like getting out of, that's what I was trying to explain it. It's like, and I think I said it on stream too. It's just like, I'm breaking up with Warhammer and it's just been a bad breakup. I'm like, you know, I had those rose tinted glasses on. Now I'm seeing other people, other game systems, and it's kind of wild. It's wild that we put up with it for so long. If we're talking candy, I'll mess up. Oh, a Coffee Crisp? Coffee Crisp is very good. I ordered some of those a little while back. The other one that I kind of wish I tried while we're there is the Toffee Crisp. Hell yeah, those are so good. Exalted got a free spin on the wheel because I'm British, that's right. They're tagging the GW market by being a really good company, imagine. Imagine. Okay, let me make sure this is the right before I keep yapping. Make sure this is the right. Oh, I see what you mean by the arrows. Yeah. So it's not like GW where it's like, is this 3 or is this 3? This is 3. Gonna enhance here while we're here too. Alright, so here is first look at the sprue. I'm gonna try and turn it so you can see those arrows. So here's what we got. GW gives free downloadable updates, but you don't get your codex. You don't get your stat lines. I can only put up with GW because I know I can get games of Warhammer. Everything else is a less prevalent community. That is the tough part with the smaller games, yeah. It's like, for Conquest, we're gonna have to either, like, convince friends to play Conquest, or you may be stuck with those people I mentioned that we didn't want to play games with. So that's the tough part with the smaller games. I spent $500, I got nothing. Skill issue. Next time you have to put on the accent. You have to just go up with the British accent and see see what you can get away with, Scott. Yeah, have you tried being British? Or bring some of the snacks. Yeah, just bring some of those down there. Then maybe. Is that your best British? You know what? You got a year to work on this. Yeah, I got some time to work on it. I don't have to live an adult human to play games with. At least you and Scott have each other. It's true. And then whatever friends we bully into for playing. It's true. I figured you're all sick and tired of the British accent. No, now we're giving it to Scott. No. Just so you can get a spin at the Conquest booth. There we go. It's contagious. Now Noob's got it. Now Life Madness has got it. It's contagious now. What if that's the true Concrete? Just kidding. Just kidding. Scott just wants to spin the wheel, that's all. Oh. I'll trade my accent for the do. I do love, not do, how much you ended up loving the do. Noob got you all figured out pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. Salted is a do addict, yep. He's just counting down the days till the next Adepticon now. Till the next bit of Hard Mountain Dew. Let's see, what else was at the... I think the biggest takeaway with the new venue is just how much space. We did so much walking because they're able to now spread out and have so much more room. And then if anyone has gone to Adepticon and walked through the tournaments and stuff, you're kind of have to force your way down the aisles. No, so much more space here. It was so nice to actually be able to spread out and see the things. It was the convention center itself is a little tricky because the first floor, the road goes through it. So there's a skywalk you have to go up to get to the other building. So there's a lot of skywalks between the different hotels and then the con itself. So it was a little confusing at first. And then basically the con's stacked on top of each other. So there's the first floor that had some demos and stuff. Then another floor, there's the exhibitor hall, and then there's even a room up top where they had some of the more historical stuff. So the layout took a little bit to get used to just because it was very, very stacked, but it's great that they had so much space, which is really, really nice. I think a good move from Chicago up to Milwaukee. It's kind of some of the places you can go and get Mountain Dew hoodies and stuff. Noob barred me from the Dew in the end, you got cut off. Enough Dew and to drop the accent. Brother Exalted, the Circle K by my house has a 3 for $11 on 12 packs of the flavored Dew cans. Oh my gosh. I was finding it amusing to check my step counter at the end of the con. I averaged 8 miles a day. Holy cow. I think Exalted had his on. I didn't take mine with me. But we definitely did a lot of steps. There was one day where basically we were checking out every room of the con. That day we did a whole bunch. And then another day we did the river walk. Just to kind of see a little bit of the city. That was definitely a lot of steps. I don't know what we ended up at. But it was a lot. 11 and 4 is 40. That's right. That's me dead. The forbidden Magic the Gathering math. I didn't know the 4th floor existed until Golden Demon at the end. The Grand Ballroom. There's a cool terrace up there too, Noob. We hung out there a little bit. I already have a plan in place to go next year. I think about seeing if folks want to go to the zoo while we're there too. Does their zoo have something special? There's more food options. Yeah, that was really nice. Fruit Lion. We went to the food hall a few times. So for those who didn't go or are planning for next year, there is a nice food hall that you can get to. It's really close. But it's got a bunch of different options of different foods. So one night I had pho. One night we did arepas. One night I did a chicken sandwich. And they were all right there. All together and seating where all of us could sit together. That was really nice. So much easier to get food than the old place. It's cool. They have like 3,000 animals. We were trying to see if there was more things that we could like wander out and do, but it's like, it's a lot of food, which is like fine, but everything else is kind of museums we'd have to pay for. I guess the zoo's kind of in that category. I was trying to find just other things to go and do and see. I think the only other thing I saw is there's like a public market, which is, again, more food, but... Don't do this to me, I have a family! I can't abandon and live in a cheese castle and you guys to come back to Milwaukee. I mean, you can start planning now, Will. Start planning. We'll be back. We'll be back. Oh, you didn't even get to that food place. It's pretty cool. What are some of the places you checked out then, Fierce Lion? The other kind of place that we checked out was the brat house, which was pretty good. Just to get a brat, chill for a little bit. Looking on Amazon to find the crunchy rocks. Those are really good, but I'm a big fan of crunchies. Many cheese options in Wisconsin. It's true. It's true. Well, I'll arrive Monday beforehand and go to the cheese castle. I am a little sad it's not on our route now. We switched so that we don't go through Chicago. So now we don't do the cheese castle. We might have to do a field trip or something next year. I did get to try some of the cheese curds though, and they're very good. Crunchies Reigns. I love crunchies. Slam was very sweet and brought me like a whole bunch of crunchies. Thank you again, Slam and Exalted, for bringing goodies. They're very good. Hey, Alex, this is Cat. Welcome in. How are ya? Panda, thank you so much for that sub for 35 months of support. How are you today? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Panda is here. There's a nice pizza place across the street from your hotel. Oh, and the Brat House. Okay, we saw the pizza place. We hadn't... Mostly because I have to be gluten-free. We didn't take a look, but keep that in mind for next year. I got some of the, ooh, garlic curds. They have already disappeared. Yum. That sounds so good. They brought so many snacks. They're all really good. They're all really good. I wonder if the time detour would be for you on the way home. When Chicago traffic would be awful. Yeah, probably not worth it. Scott is not a fan of driving on the Chicago highways. Also with tolls, like it's really annoying to pay the tolls up there because we have to like go on a website to like pay all of them. So we just tend to avoid all that. Oh, you're disappointed with the cheese curds. I'm sorry. I thought they were pretty good. Paying their mod tax, that's right. Panda says, alright, here for a moment. I have a meeting in a few minutes. Hopefully you should be back afterwards. Sounds good. We'll be here. I'm still trying to figure out how to pay their tolls online. It's a very interesting system. They're very, like, very insistent, too. They make it sound very scary if you don't pay the tolls. Okay, I'm trying to decide if I need to do the legs first, or if I can get away with doing it when they're not attached. We should probably go ahead and just do it. Yep. What southern snacks would I bring? Should I bring a suitcase of peaches? I tried to bring some fun stuff, but I did not come up with as much stuff as they did. I feel a little bad. I'm going to have to up my game next year. Did not bring as much as they did. Brave the Chicago traffic for cheese. I think if we went at like a not rush hour time, maybe a field trip would be fun. It's catching up here. Can always carry cash. What's cash? In Texas, we have a proprietary system that can't be connected to anything else. I thought it was to Oklahoma and stuff. Drive through only the booths. Yeah, I don't think most places do the like cash booths anymore. Commander Mittens, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome everybody coming in. We are building some Conquest. So let me show you, or try to show you what I got here. It might be a little tougher than our GW stuff. What we got here? What can I show you? Here. So I picked up the Euroni faction while we were at Adepticon. So I am building, I think it's actually this guy right here, the Daimyo, to lead our force. How was your stream? What are we up to today? Tell me all about it. What we up to? Man, your post, that's right. Great Weirdling, hello. Commander Mittens, hello. How we doing today? We got new stuff. Yep, we're building. How was your stream? Did I see Final Fantasy? We did. What were you guys up to? For some Final Fantasy action. Welcome, welcome in. Just catching up here. I didn't expect to like the beaver nuggets as much as I did. They're dangerous, aren't they, buds? They are dangerous. Let's see, I was doing patch 7.2. Awesome. MSQ. Very nice. I don't act. Is that... I'm goofed up on the numbers. Is that new content here? It's been a while since I played. I played the latest expansion, but I kind of dropped it right after. I didn't... Unfortunately, I didn't enjoy it as much as some of the other Final Fantasy goodness. Some 14, chat, if you want to check out some Final Fantasy 14. Go check out all the new MSQ. Go give a follow. Go check out that stream. Thank you again for the raid. I'm trying to figure out where this leg needs to go. I feel like this one, maybe we put that on and then it'll make sense. Yeah. It's the newest patch. Nice. Do you... For Final Fantasy, do you like to do a lot of the dungeons and raids, or is there something you really like to do? I used to do raiding with WoW, and I enjoyed the ones for 14. I just didn't get as into the free company and raiding side of things. You were inches away from downloading 14. You should try it. You should try it. Luckily, I thought of y'all at Adepticon. I rate that I downloaded it without y'all. You stopped me. Well, now we're back, so you can download it. You can make a paladin of your dreams. I've got a paladin. It's pretty fun. Autofire, hello. How are you today? It is some DR2. Finally hit 3,000 commendations and got the fat chocobo mount. Let's go. Congrats. That's awesome. We got fat burb. It's really insane we don't have a nationwide toll transponder system, and yet typically American. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so much of that is like state budgets, right? So like that one kind of makes sense. But it would be nice to not have to fight individual state systems. Oh, I think it's just FF, noob. Chat, stop showing me paladin translogs. That's gonna be your life here soon. They're just getting you ready, Will. They're just getting you ready. There we go. Did you know, Will, that you can play critically acclaimed MMO RPG Final Fantasy XIV? Did you know? Oliver says I'm good. Ironically, I put my back out yesterday doing core exercises to strengthen my back. I'm so sorry. Oh no. I think I need to do the same, and that scares me a little bit. I'm sorry to hear that, Otto. I hope you're feeling better. But, I don't know. I feel like that's almost a good, like, here's where you're starting, you know? And then you're gonna, that moment of, oh, I can do this and it doesn't hurt anymore, that's gonna be even nicer. Welcome on in. I hope you're feeling better soon. Commander says, I like the hard contents. The new raid series is a lot of fun. Good, good, good. They released the new, Savage tier yesterday, and I haven't poked into that yet. Gotcha. I think, like, coming from as much as I rated on WoW, like, their dungeon and raid system is so nice. That part I very much enjoy about Final Fantasy XIV. All of just the quality of life stuff that they have with their systems is really good. Stop TMing them to my brain, Sam. We will not. We just want to make sure you enjoy it, Will. We're looking out for you. The music is A++ for this whole raid series, by the way. I'll have to check some of it out. Yeah, I'm a little sad that I dropped it right after the expansion, but I don't know. I just wasn't feeling a lot of it this time around, unfortunately. Is anyone else playing any games right now? What have we got, chat? When we got back, I got back to my Yakuza game. I'm playing the pirate one. I like sat down and I was like, okay, today I'm gonna beat the main story. I didn't. I got distracted again immediately. Started doing some of the dark instruments stuff. Just wandered off on another side quest. So maybe today I'll actually sit down and do more of the main story. And then new Monster Hunter stuff is out this week as well. Everyone's playing lots of Balatro still. Ah, oh, Sarah, you did it. I can't stop playing Monster Hunter. It worked. You got it. You got the Monster Hunter bug. I love it. I love it. You know, I'm getting a little sad about getting 11 birds flipped at me at once. Who does that? You can blame Noob for that one. We were just following instructions. You can blame Noob for that one. Sorry. Sorry. I tried to be better the next one. I gave 2 birds instead of 1 bird. Autofire's gone back to playing Starfield. Are you checking? I mean, they have new stuff. I'm trying to remember if they did another update. I feel like there's like that weird DLC, and that's the last I've heard. Minibut's discovered you can only catch Gigantamax Pokemon after you beat the Dragon Gym, so she's a new fire lit to finish them. I love it. I think you mentioned with the new Switch, that'll be really nice for Minibutts. We were just following orders, nah. We were though. You're like, put your shoes in. Now do this. And we did. It's all just boss, no trash really. Too much fun. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. I know we've talked about it on stream, but like, I love Monster Hunter, but I get when others don't. So it's always like tough for me to recommend it. And I'm so glad you're enjoying it. I'm excited to dive back in this week with Mitsu. So I'll throw this out here. If anyone is going to be playing some Monster Hunter, we do have for our subs a squad. So if you guys would like to join, it's essentially like a guild. But if you guys want to hunt together, I'll be on there kind of off and on, hunting the new monster and checking out the new stuff. But if you are a sub and you'd like to hunt together, the squad is there. You can join like 8 squads. So if you're already in one, you can join more. But that is open to our subscribers. The details for that, if you're looking for it, is in the sub lounge. It's in the pinned messages. So just go to the pinned messages and it should be in there. Magnite, hello, how are you? Oh, another year of remorse over not going to Adepticon. With the new venue, it's really nice if you're considering it for next year. How are you? What you been up to? There wasn't a weird flipping off Will in this picture convo. That makes me feel better. No, we just followed Noob. Alright, so it's just something where I could shoot stuff and kind of chill. Which fairness, Starfield is good at because it's kind of really easy. So also, so back from impromptu work call, was told I was going to get a pay raise and a bonus for Conquest. Hell yeah. Oh my goodness. I don't even remember, because we were too busy memeing. Is there something else you would pick up? Like that you need for a list? So I know you got like commander dudes. What are you looking at over there? Which horses you getting next? Pay raise and a bonus. That's pretty great. Congrats. That's super exciting. Commander says, oh, I never got into Monhun. Kind of no time to start on it. That's fair. I think Wilds is a really great place if you wanted to. And obviously, like, people are going to be hopping back in for new content. But, yeah, if you're already MMOing, I know those take quite a bit of time. But if you wanted to, I think Wilds is a good place to start. Import thyself some dew. I was a little sad that I could only buy so much while we were at Adepticon, since I have the new faction. There's only so much out right at the moment. But I do need to get my pre-order in for the rest of the Euroni stuff. Because there's like the animated armor that's on pre-order. I need to see, I have one of the artist series Kisane, and I need to see what she like is, what she runs as. To see if I need to get the other ones. I feel like maybe one other one. Just picking one of them. But yeah, I was hard capped by what was available. But it was fun watching you guys buy stuff. Time to throw some on the throne? I might have to. I might do that. Alright. He's a chunky boy. I mean, he's not as big as the dinosaurs, but he's already pretty chunky. I'm digging it. I know Live Menace was asking about just kind of quality of sculpts. I've got some seam lines I'm having to kind of smush together here. Cleanup's been pretty easy, though, so far. Mold lines are pretty close to what you'd have for Games Workshop. I think with this chunky boy, I've got more seams to hide than maybe some of the smaller stuff. But I think a dragon is for sure gonna be part of it. Dragon makes sense. This is 14. If every faction's getting like a couple bigger things, I think like a golem or elemental could be cool too. Or another spirit thing maybe. I'm excited to see what they get. I have been dethroned as Will's arch nemesis. Uh-oh. Am I missing some dramas? Waste of mine, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. People are getting dethroned? Speaking of thank you, bot, for the reminder. There's my throne wish list is there. I will throw some Euroni on it. If you want to check that out. I don't talk about it enough, so I'm going to try and remember to talk about it when the bot tells me. But yeah, I'm excited to dive into some more Conquest. Between this, we've got War Machine to check out. Get back to a little bit of Malifaux. I want to take a day and finish my Trench Crusade stuff. They're down to basing, and I need to print off my regular troop dudes. So I think we should take a day and do that as well. Because I would like to play some Trench Crusade. It was really cool seeing all the boards and stuff at Adepticon for Trench Crusade. Did someone say they needed an arch enemy? I humbly submit my application. Nagna takes it very seriously. I hear about people hyped about the Dew. I think about the Extreme guys and Harold and Kumar. I was the arch nemesis, but I was fired. How does that even work? That seems a little weird. You can just fire your arch nemesis. That seems like a little too easy to get out of, if you ask me. Trying to think what else from the con. Golden Demon was cool to see. Definitely not as many entries as usual. I think just with extra travel and things. It was a little lighter on entries this year. But some very, very pretty entries. What did you guys... I know they put the article out. What did you guys think of the Golden Demon stuff? Resin Beast also had some very pretty entries. Got to look through those. Let's see. I talked about Trench Crusade's booth. Steamforge had a nice sized booth with all the War Machine stuff. Trying to think what was kind of different from year to year. Monument was doing well. They had a really nice booth with all the new paints. Louise was there with her colors. What else was... There was the booth that we just were... It's wild now that a lot of us are moving away from Warhammer. How different our Adepticon was. It's always fun to walk around the tournaments. I think everyone had really cool armies. The armies on display, so like the big display boards are really nice. Those are always fun to look at. Yeah, Trench just trying to think like what was kind of what really stood out or is like really different from previous years. I did a pass, but mostly looked at the stuffed creatures. Yeah, I guess was there anything else that stood out to those that went? I think those are the biggies for me. I think us just getting to hang out and play some board games was my favorite bit. It's cool to see the con, but just getting to hang out and chill always ends up being my favorite. Just the excuse to go do gaming stuff with our gaming friends. I guess for chat, for those who didn't go, what did we miss? I think the only thing I do need to go back and look at was actually the GW previews. Cathay looked really cool. But I need to go back because we were watching on like a phone screen. Cathay looked neat. I know Sigmar was a little light on announcements. Space Wolves. What else am I missing, chat? For Games Workshop. Need to find a quieter place to play at. I thought the open gaming was nice. I like that it was just right there in the hotel too. I feel like we were the loud ones, is why I'm why I'm hesitating on that for a second. I felt like we were maybe the loud ones. It's really good hanging with everyone. It was really nice. I am glad that there was space to do some of that. Because that was always the thing with the old hotels. It was just hard to find a spot to do your own thing. The open gaming tables were pretty restricted. And there's always a line. People were just like muscling you out of them. Being able to just have a spot was really nice. Sorry, I'm all sniffly today. Also, Gaslands. Gotta hear on some epic Gaslands cars. I don't know. Ice Cream Truck was pretty cool. It was fun getting to watch Gaslands and see how that worked. I'm sorry for the extra terrain we put down, but I thought the Golden Demon had less entries, but more impressive compared to previous years. Thinking on it, sorry. I feel like the top entries were about the same. It just wasn't as many entries, if that makes sense. And again, that's with travel and new venue and all of that. Just not as many people entering. But I thought the top models were still very, very nice. Well, the paint styles for GW seemed very similar this year. And unfortunately, I think that's a GW thing. That's a people will paint GW style for a GW competition, unfortunately. Which is why I don't super get into getting something ready for Golden Demon. Because if I don't want to do Games Workshop style, there's really no point. Wait, you're Subaru, bro? What's up? I feel like I missed something. Wait, brat, not brat? I feel like I've still missed something, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna get this little helmet together. Oh, it's a car model. I've never heard of that. It was one of the Gaslands cars. Oh, okay, okay. I had no idea that was a car model. I've never heard of that. JB's Forge stock was almost non-existent. Yeah, we didn't even wander over there, which is very different for us, but you have one. He has it for Gaslands, but it's one of the cars that were brought for it. Okay, sorry. I need to step away for just 1 second because my nose is being stupid. So give me just 1 second, chat. I will be right back. Okay. Sorry, my sinuses have been weird since Milwaukee. The day that we did the Riverwalk, like, really messed up my nose, and I've just been fighting it. It was the one that died crashing. Oh, into a Ducan? Hell yeah. Gotta watch out for the pop-up Ducans, that's right. Doesn't help we're having another front push. Oh yeah, we have rain coming through this morning too, which I guess I should say, chat, if, I think we have scattered storms today, so if I disappear, we've just lost power, but it's okay. Too much scratch touch. We're not used to it. Not used to it. Made a mess of my nose. Yeah, so us that were drinking and watching Gaslands, we were putting down Ducans as terrain. I'm a little sad you guys didn't get to the one I put right in the middle of the gate. Gaslands was far too brutal to make it to the first goalpost. Far too brutal. Which was also kind of fun to see. It was like, it's pretty dangerous. Things are exploding all over the place. Got a cool hat. Here we go. We blew up so darn fast. You did. You sure did. Y'all are allowed to drink there. God, I went out of Utah. Yeah, we just, in the open gaming space, we brought some, Noob brought a whole bunch of hard Mountain Dew. They also had a bar, like, right outside. She could get stuff at. The flamethrower was pretty nuts for Gaslands. I don't think they would have made it to the second gate, even without the Ducans. Probably not. That was kind of interesting to see. Guys blow up real quick. Sorry, it's a little hard to see where his head needs to connect here. Panda says, the hockey ball came last night. I went to the bar. They wouldn't allow me to walk in with my beer. I had to drink my tequila sunrise in the bar area. Boo. That's really weird. So you can't, like, go back to the game with your beer? Guess who shotgunned a third of a beer and chugged his tequila sunrise? Ugh. So you go to the bar and you can't go back to your seat? The beer I can't. Okay, I can buy those at normal stands. I thought sorry, I'm going to go back to Gaslands for a second. The template system was really interesting. Where, like, if you touch a template, you've got to use it. And, like, Butts was talking about having to kind of get used to kind of your spatial recognition. That was kind of interesting. I haven't played a lot of games where you have to do things like that, so it's kind of cool to see in action. Okay, so this goes, what's that? This looks like 14. I think I cleaned this one up, but we'll take a look. Yeah, good enough. I can't buy hard liquor except inside the bar. Oh, so you can only also drink it in the bar. That's so weird. I've played Gaslands twice. Both games have ended up with one car remaining. If you ever want to try it, I have a ton of stuff for it. It can go on the list. I think it would be after, like, Conquest and stuff, but obviously, you know, when we just blow through the list. Glad it's on there. Going to concert tonight. Hanavi, Kim Dracula, Crystal Lake, and Kanashi. That sounds fun. Not familiar with those, but that sounds fun. Sly, hello, how are you? What you been up to? I was gonna X-Wing. I thought it'd be better and understand the templates, but man, did I hit a lot of things. It's a cool little system. I thought it was fun to watch. There she is. Sadie is she here? She waking up with the rest of us. It's also neat because it's pretty adaptable to different driving games. You could do a Mario Kart version or an F1 version with no weapons. Mario Kart version would be pretty fun. We're knocking games off the list so fast. I had that moment with Scott. It's like, oh, we can meet up with Noob and play Conquest. Oh, he's got to build his dinosaurs. We've got to either meet up or play something else, and then we can play with dinosaurs. So I gotta figure that out. Yeah, Noob, build your dinosaurs. She had her time at Doggy Hotel, now it's back to war. She's back with a vengeance. On our first welcome in, how are ya? There's something to say about several of the templates. Not sure what it is exactly. I was soloing last weekend. Oh, I had to set up my own stream. What, Sly? You setting up streams over there? Crystal Lake sounded good when I listened to them. Kinda, Game Dracula I'm not sure on. Not sure how to describe them. Not sure if I like them. We'll find out tonight. Yeah, say, what better way to find out than just diving in. Okay, now I gotta get his weapon wedged in here. There we go, there's one hand, and then I'll line up the other hand. Doing okay. Rough week, as you know. I am glad we've got you here on it first. Hope you can find some comfort and maybe some hobby stuff this week, but we're glad to have you. We are building some Conquest is what I've got right now. So a bunch of us picked up Conquest at Adepticon. As, I don't know, as we're kind of moving away from Warhams, it's nice to have something to work on. So I am building this really cool daimyo, who's kind of my leader. And then we'll start looking at some of the other little groups. You two are in such a Conquest mood, you can build them. Scott'll do it too. Slime misses so much. He was ready to start streaming himself. Nobody joined. Wait, did you actually set up Sly? I would come watch you. I'd come watch some Sly streams. What is Sadie's all? WWE walk-on music? I don't know. It's got to be as absolutely insane as she is. What to think on that? She's got to have, like, the pyrotechnics and stuff, though. That's for sure. What to think on that? Norman, hello. How are you today? Welcome, welcome in. We're back. And I've now finished my first Conquest mini. Well, building. Look at this big boy. Turns out of 7 billion people, nobody was interested. I don't have the equipment, skill, or patience. I was wondering. Like, maybe you fired up a game or something. I'd come watch you game. What do you think, chat? Pretty cool? Pretty cool. What's Conquest about? Conquest is a rank and file game. The kind of neat part on our first is they have kind of two systems. So they have a skirmish system, which you play on circle bases. And then they have the rank and file big system. And you can just plop them in. So you can play both, which is really cool. So I decided to pick up kind of the Japanese-inspired faction, the Yoroni. They go with that Kitsune that we were looking at the other week. And then Scott has just big-ass dinosaurs. Big-ass dinosaurs. And orcs that ride them. Yeah, Exalted picked up knights, so he's got some horses he's working on. So I've got to catch up to those two. They're way ahead of me now. But that's what we got. So excited to give it a try here. If I was starting a YouTube channel document setting up video game business, that could be really cool, Sly. I think if you enjoy the this is coming from streaming. If you enjoy the kind of the produced stuff, YouTube's a really fun way to do some of that if you're interested, Sly. It could be cool. It's like a behind the scenes type stuff. I have one Conquest mini I got from the first mini exchange I was in. I don't remember who sent it. It's the Wadra. Oh, the Matriarch Queen? Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue for Sadie. I could see that. Let's see. Did I miss something? Teeny tiny steps left for a finish there. What's up, Norman? Why is this Scott's will never skip on dinosaurs. Scott's just getting dinosaurs to go with my Seraphon dinosaurs, and we're gonna have so many dinosaurs. Hope everyone had an awesome time. It was really nice. It was really nice. It's nice getting to see everyone. All right, we need to pick something else to build. We have the Oni, which is pretty neat. I got a leader and then the troops. We have the Kami, which are the guys with the giant faces on their bellies. Also pretty cool. We've got the Tengu, which are the bird people. Kind of tempting. And I think that's all for this box. And then the Tengo Bushi, which is... Oh, are they separate? So we've got troops. Oh, and a leader. Okay. And then we get into Scots. In the stream, we stand dinosaurs. That's correct. Correct. They're throwing rounds and squares for a bit of both worlds. Yeah, it's really nice that you can play both. I think there was some small differences in like how leadership works. And there's a couple other like little bits of the game that are a little different. But overall, the main game is played the same. Let's just keep going in order, I guess. I think the hardest part is figuring out what sprue we need to start with. Because it doesn't list the... That just says Uroni. It doesn't actually list what they are. So I guess we'll look for 11 and 12 legs. Do I actually have it? I think I actually have it in front of us. Cool. Oni it is. What has everyone else been working on while we've been at Adepticon? Any other hobby progress? I think Sly, you are working on Stormcast. What's everyone been working on? This week, as I kind of get back into the swing of things, I've got those Votan I really want to finish this week. Before we dive back in on the Knights. And then I'm going to do some stream stuff this week. I have some stuff I want to try. I think I'm just going to talk out loud a little bit, but if you guys like anything I'm saying, I'll take that feedback. I want to start streaming longer, so do like an extra hour. Essentially, I would eat lunch with you guys here on stream and keep streaming. I want to try that. And I do want to try and do like our first subathon. I've never done a subathon other than the contrastathon. And I'd like to do one, so I'm going to look into setting up some of that. Blonde Cow, thank you so much for that sub for 28 months of support. Shows up to flex sub badge, does not show up for another 4 weeks. Blonde Cow, I'm so glad we have you. How are you today? Thank you for the support for flexing that sub badge. I appreciate it. What you up to today? Squeezel, welcome in as well. Universe been tidying up stuff, so I'm going to jump back in on Dark Angels. We got some mukbang, that's right. That's right. Lunch mukbang, that's right. The idea was, and we raid over to Jangles, how she kind of does words on stream. Do something like that for a little bit so I can eat and we can play a little game together and then kind of go back to painting or whatever we're doing for the day. But yeah, I kind of want to try a longer stream and see what that does. So I said, still working on Stormcast. It's going well, but slowly. I wasn't exactly inspired by the overwhelming wealth of Age of Sigmar reveals. It is weird. I do think it's good for you that have backlog. get to work on the backlog a bit. But Age of Sigmar definitely feels like it's in a weird spot right now. Feels like it's been in a little bit of a weird spot. We already have the Japanese snacks with us. Squeezel, it's funny you mention that. I thought, when I ordered this last round of snacks, that I had just signed up for 3 months. Apparently, I had signed up for 3 months recurring, so now I have more snacks coming. Now it's canceled, but I do have more snacks coming, unfortunately. It kind of works out, because April has another really pretty Sakura month. So I'll get those goodies, but I wasn't planning on spending that money. So it's funny you say that. I do have more snacks coming my way. Get some of those all edible D&D dice sets to crunch on as we paint. There we go. Let's see. Blankhouse says productive stuff. Mostly trying to work on my backlog and the War Dogs before hopefully new job. Let's go. I saw you were working on the custom pupper. It was looking cool. Hey T, welcome in. Spearhead seems to be in a lot of support. Warcry is, who knows? Yeah. Yeah. It's, I don't know. There's almost a point where they're just like, you know what? We're not going to be supporting this anymore. Like, just no more Warcry. The fact that they've already, like, taken it out of the battle tomes and stuff, I feel like that's kind of the death of it, but yeah, I don't know. It's, feels like they're trying to figure things out a little bit. April's box was a banger, so I'm kind of glad I get that one, but I wasn't planning on spending that money, but we will have a few more Japanese snacks before I stop receiving snacks. I love my Nurgle War Dog. He's so disgusting. I need to take a better... I was trying to follow along on my phone. I need to go back and give him another look. But he was looking cool. Some fun bits you were adding in there. GW won't tell us it's done being support. That's right. They still have to sell what they have. So they can't just be like, hey, this is gone now. But I don't know. It's definitely in a weird spot. I feel like in general, just Warhammer's in a... doing some weird stuff at the moment. They're barely supporting the mainline Age of Sigmar game at this point. But yeah, less backlog, that's true. It's very weird. And I feel like things have just kind of been weird for a little bit here. I don't know how else to say it, but... they have too many game systems and models, big agree. Yeah. Big agree there. Podcast says, the spider leg's taken from a McDonald's toy. It's a surprisingly strong and useful bit. Okay, I definitely have to go back and look closer. I will say, if there's anything I've missed while we were gone, I was trying to not use too much of our data. So if I did miss anything, feel free to tag me on stuff. Get myself caught up here in the next couple days here. Everything I missed. Alright, sorry. I'm filing. I'm trying to not shake the table as I file, so if I'm going off camera, it's just because I don't want to make you guys motion sick. Filing. Need to buy some new files, too. Morning meeting is done. Should get more coffee? Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, welcome back, Story Rat. One good skirmish size and one large seems good. They have Underworld's, Warcry, Spearhead, and Age of Sigmar. Weird. It's a lot. It's a lot. I keep forgetting about Underworlds, if I'm honest. Like, I know it's, like, that's even a separate thing, because that's, like, I consider it more of a board game than a skirmish. Just because it is so different than the others. But yeah, like, at what point do you say, okay, this is too much? Or is it number has to keep going up, and they never will? We've established hammers are an important miniature hobby toolkit. I mean, it's in the name. It's in the name. I wanted to try Underworlds at some point. It wasn't for us. A lot of the miniatures are really cool, but wasn't our jam, the little bit that we played. I don't like the having to keep up with the cards and things for it. I like the bespoke Warcry bands as sculpts, but Warcry is not a real system anymore. I think, yeah, same. They had some very cool minis, but it wasn't enough for us to specifically play Warcry over, like, get an Age of Sigmar game in. I have done as the Nikki commands. Excellent. Acquired more coffee. Enjoy. I am trying to remember. I'm back on my protein shakes. I'm trying to join you, Panda. Cheers. I think that's also part of the streaming longer and eating on stream. I'm trying to get better about meal planning. I'm doing another 75-day challenge to get myself back on track. That starts today, so I'm going to be working out here after stream. I'm going to try and do more meal prepping. I need to get back to actually tracking my calories, because that's when I do really well. I just get really tired of it after a bit. A green kill team is doing so well. You would think they would follow that up. Yeah, because if you look at, like, 40k side of things, you don't have an underworld equivalent. So by reducing how many games there are, maybe kill team is doing better partly because of that. Also, just 40k is bigger. You have more people already interested in that world. Let me catch up here. Did they come out and admit Warcry died? They did not. We were wondering if they would. Catch up here. Mrs. Panda is using protein powder. Oh, it's creamer this week? I do, Panda. This is straight up a protein shake with espresso in it. And it helps me get, like, a lot of early protein for the day. So I do that. I had some eggs and some turkey sausage this morning. So, like, I'm starting the day already with a whole ton of protein. I can't do the meal prep because I get bored of eating the same thing. Now you have the old world fighting Age of Sigmar player base. Yeah, that's also true. Where, like, 40k... I don't know. I feel like 40k and Heresy are very split. Where it's not quite as split with the fantasy side. The buffeting. I want Piccolo popping off that sleeve, ma'am. I know. I'm trying. I work out to make Piccolo proud, Will. That's the goal. That's the goal. I just need to be better about tracking it again. I just get tired because it's really tedious having to track it every day. It's like, yes, I know I did the thing. I make the drink for my fiance every day. We call it Espresso Protein. There we go. It works really nicely. Because as long as I do that and make sure I get, like, some meat with lunch and dinner, I'm usually set. I don't have to think about it too much. If I don't do it in the morning, then I have to really plan for my protein. So it really helps me. Old World versus Age of Sigmar versus Spearhead versus Warcry versus Underworlds. Yeah, you're so split amongst the, like, fantasy stuff that I can't imagine that's helping. Matt Scythe, welcome in. How are you? Old World helped kill the fantasy... I'm sorry. The Age of Sigmar scene? Yeah. I imagine that's happening a bunch. There's a drink from the Southwest that's espresso mixed with orange juice. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I'll let you guys keep that one. Good, Matt. I'm glad to hear it. What did you think of the... We were kind of talking Warhammer previews from Adepticon. What did you think? I am building some Conquest, though. We've already built the Daimyo. He's pretty cool. And now we're working on some of the Oni. Maybe the giant muscles would stop being a liminal conquest demon, more of a 40k demon. My short story showed us that is not a good thing. You didn't like my liminal hallway picture? There was a door at the end of that, in case anyone was wondering. There's a door that we think goes to the elevators. It's way in the back in the very dark spot, but there is a door back there. In case anyone was wondering. I did wander down there. I thought the same thing, but it's actually legit. I don't know about espresso and orange juice. But you guys know how I feel about chocolate and orange, so maybe it's just... I'm good. I think my mini battle foam packs come this weekend, says Panda. I shall use one to protect Felgor on his way to Sullivan Castle, wherever they go. Let's go. I think as soon as I get the Votan finished up, we can look at that Panda. My plan is to try and get the Votan as close to finished as I can this week. I'm going to take a small detour from the Knights to get them finished. Because once I get in the groove, since they're characters, it won't take me that long, I don't think. I love working on some characters. Liminal hallway can't hurt you at the Conquest booth, that's right. Mansites is excited for upcoming Space Marine Grey Knight release. experience, whatever model gets models on the table is a tide that raises all boats. My local game store has Conquest, Crisis Protocol, Infinity Groups. Makes everyone more interested in the hobby. Yes, definitely. If you're checking out one, you're likely to check out the others for sure. You love chocolate and orange? Yeah, I can't do it. But I did try again at Adepticon. I can't do it. Extra chocolate orange at every orange? No. No. Leaving Night Valley to go to Votan Peninsula. That's right. The local game store is huge on Crisis Protocol. Lots of folks playing that. From what it feels like there's little pockets of Crisis Protocol. Like some communities have really run with it, and others it's kind of like died out a bit. It's cool that yours is running with it. I think we had some locally, and it's kind of died back out. They've like gone back to other games, from what I have seen. There's only like a handful still playing it regularly. Alright. They do have some cool minis, though. I got to walk around the tournament for it at Adepticon. Some very cool minis and like terrain pieces and things. I'm a pocket of Crisis Protocol? Wow. Wow. Panda, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. I can't believe Will would call me that. How is that to us? There's some really good Crisis Protocol minis in the display case. Yes. Between that and the, like the contests that they do. Some very pretty minis. I feel like they're just really fun minis to go out onto with like dioramas and things like that. Is the NyQuil blinding me? I'm sorry, you're still not feeling well though. Sounds like a lot of people. Reminder chat, take care of yourselves today. Make sure you get some rest, some water. Take them drugs. I can already feel like my voice is a little rough. Gonna rest the old voice. Get some tea here after stream. Drink the vitamin C, that's right. Alright. Get these shoulders all together. I gotta get his shoulders together so I can get mine together today. The pollen count was the highest in Georgia's recorded history, and then it rained and it didn't help. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I'm fighting a bit of that today too, Will. I need a PoE to build for... I saw that they're doing a big update with... It's a new class being added. I was trying to remember what all I read about. I think it was a new class. The classes that are in there are getting reworked. I'll probably still wait a bit before I would like to try PoE 2 again, but later. I don't think I'm quite ready to jump in right now, but I would like to try it again later. Anyone else? Would anyone else hop back into PoE 2 with new goodies? I've been giving my dogs hemp treats to help them since they're old babies. They've been saying to them, "Come children, time to do drugs." My windows are open. My mom's dog gets the hemp oil. She has really bad allergies, and that seems to help quite a bit. They're adding 100 or 200 support gems. Holy cow. That's wild. Protocol. I think Chash is memeing on you, Will. Chash is memeing on you. My spark build is for sure dead. Uh-oh. Looking forward to... Ooh, Subnautica 2. I didn't play the first one. I'm wondering if I should try to. I think part of it is every time I tried to, like, watch Subnautica, it was the people who, like, are really big on the base building, which is something I just don't care about. I don't know if I would enjoy it the same way that everyone else enjoys it. It does fit right there. Okay, hold on. Let's see where this sits. I feel like that should have more of a little connection point. It doesn't. Baby's just getting high. I've been playing, First Berserker Kazan. It's so good. I meant to look into that. You're enjoying it, Mensei? What size shirt do you wear? I bought Cass a y'all my shirt and it's too small. I am a small. Exalted. 200 support gems. I didn't lean into the base building. Subnautica stream? Yeah, maybe. I'll think about it here. Part of me wants to check it out, and part of me just isn't sure if I'm gonna enjoy it as much as other people do. You know? Okay, I'm getting confused because, like, this is not that shape. I'm trying to figure out where it needs to go. So there is a little connection thingy. Oh, yeah. Scott just brought in the other thing I bought at Adepticon, which was, I found the Tyranid Commander deck for Magic. They had it at a booth, and they actually had marked it down a little bit from TCG Player, so I grabbed it. So at some point, I got to take it for like a quick test run the night we did Magic, but I need to play it some more. I'm pretty excited. I had been looking at it for a while, and they just kept going up in price, and then it was just sitting on the shelf, and I was like, all right, it's time. They had this one and the Imperium one, so I grabbed it. Imperium versus Tyranids, that's right. So one of our Thursday nights, I'll have to pull this out. I got a, when we played, Noob had a green enchantment out that, like, doubled counters, and the Tyranid deck is a counter deck. So I had, like, a 20/20 Moloch, which was pretty fun. I unfortunately had to, like, run it into a whole bunch of goblins when we played, but I had like a 20/20 Moloch. My Swarm Lord was up to like an 8/8. What else did I have out? Old One Eye was out. That's right. Noob and the Slimes popped off, which was pretty great. Panda, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Let me catch up here. Duly noted. Who's known to be small is a small. I feel dumb for us. Don't feel dumb. No. I am a small. I'm small. Need to punk meet Suzune first. I'm excited to bully that fox here this weekend. Subnautica's a really good single player, slower burn, atmospheric experience. Maybe we try it. I'm tempted. Got a picture of the sick All Might deck box. I did see that when we were wandering around. It looked good. Magic was a fun night. It was. You did slam headfirst into the wall of goblins. I was surprised no one else was joining me. I'm like, that's a lot of goblins, and it's about to be even more goblins. But I seem to be the only one worried about it. Something had to be done. Why are we sweating? I'm not actually sure. I think it was the 20/20 Moloch. All my box in the Flesh and Blood Hall. Was that the only space that they had? I couldn't tell if they had more of the convention or not. If it was just that room in there. If they were playing elsewhere. You know, if like brackets and stuff, if they were more spread out. All that I saw. Just the one hall. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna work on like all the other pieces because those little chest ones are goofing me up. Not sure how they're supposed to sit on him. 20/20, gotta nom everything. I was trying. I ate 20 goblins. Wait, Mine, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. I was trying. Remember when Noob was one-shotting everyone with this giant dog in power armor? He was trying to do it again at Adepticon. He was trying. I think the other really fun game was Double Rakdos. So I let Slam borrow my Valgavoth deck, the Lord of Pain deck. And it was his Rakdos versus Noob's Rakdos. But then the poor goblins and Scott got caught up in the crossfire. Double Rakdos in a game is just gross. There's so much just splash damage getting thrown around. It's kind of gross. I feel like there should be a game where everyone takes Rakdos and just see what happens. That game was brutal, it was. Oh no, another bit's been lost in the carpet, oh no. It's the worst. I could have outlife gained the goblins, but not the giant slimes. Was there any actual Rakdos in play? Slam was about to put Rakdos down, but got taken out by other Rakdos. It was in his hand, though. I need to make some Wacky Storm deck or something to play with y'all. Yes. Yes. I don't know if I will be... I don't know if I'll have the energy for tomorrow, but we've been playing in the Discord. It's been fun. I may still be in sleepy girl mode, but it's been fun when we get to play. Okay, let's get the little hip armor, and then we'll try and figure out these little bits on his chest. Barbos, hello! How are you today? This would be the healing shop with a blue deck and a bunch of, bunch of spreading seeds. Not familiar with that. I'm scared now. I have my new Spellslinger deck now together that I also need to start practicing with. That is my Niv Mizzet deck. It has the potential to also be pretty gross. If my life gain could have happened, but Rakdos said no. Lord of Pain says no. No life gain for you. Will anyone else be going to the Tarkir? Oh, pre-release this weekend. I'm gonna wait. Our store likes to do commander parties for each of the releases. I'm probably gonna wait for that. I don't think I'll do pre-release. Anyone else doing pre-release? It's a card that makes lands. Oh, islands. Okay. When its aura enters, draw a card. Enchanted land is an island. Oh, so that one doesn't seem too scary. Maybe it's a different card. Let's see. Painting Helbrecht. Hoping you finish him out. Helbrecht's a really nice model. I enjoyed his updated model. Very nice. I am building some Conquest today. We decided to pick up Conquest at Adepticon. So I am building my Onis at the moment. Did I put these on the wrong side? Hold on. Did I get these goofed up? Doesn't feel like they're laying as nicely as they should be. I might have. That feels better. I'm gonna goof these up while we were chatting. Yeah, that feels better. Okay. Just kidding, chat. Let me try that again. Nice Man says, I know the final Baldur's Gate 3 patch is coming. I kind of want to play it again once that drops. My short form content is to fess all these tricks and get items you're not supposed to. Cheeky trixies, you'd think they were hobbits. I could see that, yeah. I remember when, people were learning to speedrun it and all the things that they were finding. I can only imagine the, all the little tricks and stuff with that. Let's get pre-release Commander Party more fun. I think once I'm more comfortable, I'd like to do, the sealed events and stuff. I like sealed a lot. Just having a little bit more time to put something together. Like when we play on Arena, that's what I really enjoy is sealed. Draft is cool, but I don't think that quickly, and I don't plan ahead enough. How's the plastic on these minis? Comparable to GW? Yes. Very, very similar. With the bigger boys, I'm noticing just making sure to really get these seam lines lined up and smushed together. But yeah, very comparable to GW. The nicer, harder plastic. One of my best friends was like, hey, you want to go to the pre-release? I was like, sure, why not? Yeah. Absolutely. I know that they're fun. I just want to be more comfortable with the drafting stuff before I do one, if that makes sense. But if you're ready to roll, absolutely. The gates are larger than GW, but the plastic's nearly identical. Yeah, I can show you on the sprues. So here's the sprue that I'm working off of. The thing that Exalted mentioned, and I'm going to try my best to show it. There are arrows that point to the pieces. So if you have like this number in between two pieces, sometimes with Games Workshop, it's like, oh, which side does it mean? The arrows actually point to the piece, which is kind of cool. But you can see the gates are a little bit bigger. But like not like massive difference. They're also, let's see. They're labeled by faction, but not by like unit. I'm trying to think if there's anything different with the sprues. But there's a look at the sprue. Arrows, I know! I suck at the format. Want to go have fun with friends and support the local game store? Yeah. Yeah. Did you get any resin models in your box? I got a resin leader. It's pretty good as well. I did not. I do have the pretty Kitsune as resin, though, so we'll work on that another day. The resin was really nice on her. I had some, like, I want to say mold slip, but it's not, like, really drastic. But, like, where the seams are across the foxes, I've got a little bit of work to do there. But, yeah, it was also really nice. I don't think I had any bent pieces on her. It was a really nice kit. Panda, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. How dare they make it easier, for sure. It's been really nice building this so far. Except for this piece. I can't decide where this is supposed to sit. It looks like there should be a slot, and there's just not. It's just going to sit flat on his chest. So, oops. Then I'm too tired to figure this out at the moment. The Town Tour had one. I picked up 2 characters. Decent amount of flash, but the casts were clean and dry. Draft seems like the worst way to play Magic possible in my mind. Maybe it's the NyQuil talking. I kind of like draft in that you're having to put it together kind of on the fly. But if you are someone who's done a bit more research on the release, then you're going to have a leg up. So that's kind of both sides of it, which is kind of why I like sealed, is then you have 6 packs and you make the best of it. You're not having to rely on people passing things or grabbing what you want to do. It's just, this is what you got, you're going to make it work. It's hard for some folks like the deck building aspect, yeah. You have to do your homework, yeah. You have to go in kind of knowing what you're looking for, is the tough part, if you want to do well in it. Obviously, you can just go in and wing it, but if you want to do well, you've got to do a little bit of research on what's available. I like the surprise aspect of it. Surprise, your cards are horrible synergies. Now play it for the next few hours here. Okay, why is this just not... It doesn't even look like it's connecting. Hold on, chat. I'm too brain dead for this. I like sealed more. I think that's probably more my speed. If you guys would like to see some of the new set, I do have it up on my throne. Thank you, bot, for reminding me. Can do some more Magic streams. Beerback sounds good. We'll be here. Hopefully I've got the other chess piece together by the time you get back. And then is this... Okay, so we'll have to build the leader for this guy, because I don't have a leader yet. I am excited for the Tarkir Commander decks. I think the Jeskai, which is blue, white, red, I think I'm going to really enjoy. Some of them look really cool. The lists are now out, if you guys are looking at those. Stay. Okay, let us build... We're going to go with a leader, because I don't have one yet. So we need 57 and 58, which hopefully is on the same sprue. Oh.
Pen contributed $25 towards Magic, the Gathering Tilde sent via throne.com.
Thank you so much to Panda for contributing towards some Dragonstorm. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Panda! Thank you, thank you. When we grab that, we'll do that on stream. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. These guys are huge. I'm trying to find the other... I'm guessing I have another sprue. Look how big this guy is. Appreciate you, Panda. Looks like this is our other sprue. This is another big boy. And those are bird boys. So I think this is what we got. Panda, thank you. Thank you also for the bits. I appreciate it. I'm excited to dragon with you. There's some cool stuff in there. Was there a card or a commander you're really excited for from it, Panda? I'm just excited for a shitload of dragons. Gonna wait on Sadie before I say too much. 57. Where the heck is this? 51. I do need 3 though. Let's go ahead and grab a sword. Sword while we're here. Part of me likes drafts just about colors I need more of as a way to get some bulk cards from a set. That's basically how I treat it in Arena. Ugh, excuse me. The only card I'm looking for specifically is called the Spirit Dragons and all the other dragons in general. I was wanting to build the Dragon next, so build a dragon deck myself, and then I was like, oh, I'll just see what like Tarkir has that I can add to it. And now it's like, oh, I think I'm just gonna do the commander decks. Maybe I just make that my dragon deck. Need to rework Tiamat a little bit. Average CMC is so high. Need to figure out what I can do. When I was looking into it, it was a lot of treasures. Lots and lots and lots of treasures. Because I also have her pulled aside for what I was wanting to do. But yeah, treasures are the way to go. That's 4. The arrows are really nice, but I keep reading them as 1s. I gotta get used to the arrows being there. Okay. Well, at least get his arm together. And we'll come back for the head pieces I couldn't find. The Big Dragon Ice Treasures is so expensive. Yeah, I lucked out and Scott traded one for me. But the more things you can throw in there that create treasures, the better off. It can be done without it, but it definitely helps. Yeah, he's a pricey boy though. Welcome back. Just trying to think what else. I've got Magda in my list for treasures. Thinking like Goldspan Dragon's another good one. He's gonna be in my list. But yeah. What I may do is keep all the Tarkir stuff like as is and then still build a dragon deck with what I like. Treasure decks are really solid, yeah. So I get the Sabs. Which one is that, Panda? I'm not familiar with that one. One of the... Oh, the Frog God. Gotcha. What was I talking about? I just forgot his name. There's a human that makes dragons cheaper to cast also. Sarkin. He's on my list. Sexy Frog God just took me out of it for a second. I was distracted. Distraction Frog God. She'll do that. She did. She sure did. Oh. Happens to the best of us. It's okay, I'm back now. We good. I have a few things that lower cost of dragons in there already. That's kind of what it is. It's just stacking as much of that as you can. In with all your big critters. This stupid sexy frog. Throwing me off. Noob, are you feeling any better today? Need to follow the Baldur's Gate low-cost dragons. Oh, we gotta get this, we gotta get the seam line sorted. Hold on, chat. That's a little bit more than some of these other connections. I'll try and smush them together here. Hold that in place here for a minute. Try and finish the protein. But on par with yesterday. It's all just stuffed up head. I'll let you feel better. The crud is no fun. I'll let you feel better. Get the other side here. Alright, we'll get... I might go ahead and do his other arm, and then we'll try and find the... I just built the wrong freaking arm. The leader has a different arm. God damn it. Okay, we'll save that in case someone else can use it. But let's, okay. Similar numbers to the headpiece that I'm looking for, so hopefully we can find them here. I'm assuming all the leader stuff is together, and I just haven't found it yet. Yep, it's all over here. Okay, I need 56 and 55. Gosh darn it. Gotta do laundry stitch, sound good. Monday was just off with achy body, temperature swings. Enough sleep has helped, that's good. The like chills and temperature stuff is the worst. Glad that that is done for you. 56. I'm also tired of being sniffly, but I don't know if that's trip or just here. 53 and 54. Alright, there's other arm, and then let's see if I can find... Okay, here's head. I got stuff way too... Sorry, chat, 1 second. We're all dying. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry. I'll tell you how much is allergies. Came back to my car covered in pollen, same. Sadie keeps like... We have the big oak trees, so it's like the big like clumps of stuff, and it gets like caught in her fur, and she keeps bringing it inside. So I'm having to fight like Sadie also. We're just gonna suffer this week, I think. Gonna have to like vacuum every day here. She keeps bringing junk in. Okay. Hopefully that's all the pieces. And I don't mess up again. Hopefully I don't build the wrong pieces again. Good giant storms and everything around here too. Yeah. Spring just sucks. I know some people like spring. I'm not a spring person. Between the tornadoes, the allergies, the temperature swings, spring just sucks. Oops. We also lucked out on the way home. There were we were worried because like stuff was getting kind of primed for tornadoes, basically just east of where we were driving. So like as we were driving back, like the whole like left side of the car was like dark, and we're just like, oh god, we're right behind it. So that was a little scary to watch. kind of the forecast and stuff before we headed out, but ended up being okay. But it was real dark to the east of us. Spring is better than hell, or summer. Yeah, I'm with you, Ace of Mine. Spring and summer are my least favorite. I'm a fall-winter girly. I had some instructions that gave me the build for just one model, and then I had to figure out the rest. Oh, great. Good. I was wondering, like, because some of your kits are going to be older than mine, if, like, you could tell a difference between older kits and newer kits just as far as, like, instructions getting better and things like that. Because, like, I've seen that in other game systems and manufacturers. Mikey Vengeance, welcome in. How are you? Trip went pretty smooth. It was very boring. It was very boring. I had issues with instructions for some of mine. The website's the most recent versions. Oh, and can help sometimes. So if anyone else is building Conquest, I guess check out the website. Huskers didn't have any parts numbered in the printed instructions. Online, they were numbered. I didn't know you had been building, Slam. I gotta catch up to all of you now. I'm like, dang it, their stuff's cool. I need to catch up. Slam's on it too. Spencer, welcome in. How are ya? We are building some Conquest today. I have built my own, or my daimyo, sorry. And now I'm working on the Oni. So this is for the new Yoroni faction. How are you today? I accidentally built some stuff for a regular dude, and I want the leader. So we're having to rebuild some stuff. I use those, but the Raptor Riders only give instructions out for one. Just like two guys, they've got a lot of parts, or at least mine do. I'm assuming yours would be similar. A fair amount of parts. Updated build guides on the website. Exalted can't get over it. We're not used to this. Amazing. Alright. Oh, it looks so badass. I love him. Okay. Now we'll build the actual correct arm. Panda says, do I wear my Mastodon t-shirt or Necrogoblicon t-shirt now? I think Necrogoblicon. Just because it's fun to say, honestly. Good, ordered some kits. Ah, but it's not Warhammer. What you working on? Yeah, I've got Conquest. We've been working on some Trench Crusade. I've had some Malifaux, which has been a lot of fun. Here's a... Oh, what was it? Mup Mop? We were working on before we left. Welcome on in. My friends and I went hard on Steel Rift, so I've been a full freaking cart in the Death Ray Designs web, so we're just waiting to be ordered. Well, good. Glad friends went in on it too. I feel like that's the tough part, is getting other people to jump in with you. So knowing that they're in, that's great. Oh, cut both t-shirts in half and sew them together to make Mastogoblicon. There we go. You have a arts and crafts project for today, Panda. It's like my eyes have been opened. I can see the light. I hate to... This isn't peer pressure. Do you think that by doing Conquest, you would get more into, like, mini stuff? Exalted is my question. Do you feel like Warhammer was the problem? Because I'm asking that because it was for me. Like, flicking up these other games and, like, messing with other stuff has helped me quite a bit, too. Is the only reason I ask it that way. I feel like same question to chat. For those, I know some people have kind of expressed that not as much Warhammer getting done. Do you feel like working on something else is helping? I got some Zoids kits. 8 pre-order. I should get the first 2 this month. That's awesome. Enjoy your Zoids. It's another fun one to say. If you sell some of the Warhams, you'll have even more money for Horth. Well, that's all we've been doing. It's been real nice. Playing Gaslands gave me energy to invest in printing and modding cars again. Let's go. Let's go. I don't paint anymore. I actually want to find a new home for all my paints. I wish I could give them to Nikki. I am sure you can find a good home for them. I was gonna say, is there like a club where you could do like, I was gonna say like kiddos getting into the hobby or something like that? Could be really cool. Warhammer might be the problem, specifically the models and release ambiguity. What is their gameplay? Shotgun spaghetti and hope it works. I feel like especially lately it feels very weird. Like even if I were more into Warhammer, I think I would be annoyed. He says, I want something that isn't a big army game. Kind of over carrying hundreds of minis around. When skirmish games lose less minis. I just want faster games. That's where I'm at. I want games where even if it's bigger, that they just make sense. I just want something faster. Like, I don't mind larger amount of minis, but it needs to make sense. Here, Bray, welcome in. How are you? Shotgun Spaghetti might be my new band name. There you go. Pretty sure I saw them at Coachella. I feel like they're resting on their laurels as the market leader. Just nickel and diming people out of product. Big agree. Yeah. I know we were half memeing on like the app and stuff being free, but like, yeah, there are things that you are just nickel and diming because you can. For sure. Dang, look at this guy. He's so cool. I like these big chunky minis. Oh, freaking... Okay, these chest little plates are going to be the death of me, though. As cool as he is, these little pieces are weird. And I wish they had a better contact point. I'm about to just attach it to his beard and call it good. How was Adepticon? It was really nice, Irabrai. It was really great getting to see everyone, play some games. The new venue's great. It's a lot more space, which is really nice. You actually can like walk around the tournaments and see more stuff. There's more open gaming space. They definitely needed to move, and I'm glad that they did for this year. But it was really nice. What you been up to, Irabrai? I traveled again with my friends, carrying armies on public transport. Yeah. No, thank you. I mean, even with having the car, sometimes we don't want to do it either. My cat is letting me paint his belly. Oh my god, Panda. Oh my god. Enjoy belly scratches? The medium has outgrown their 40-year-old rules delivery system and they won't let it go. Yup. It's, going to the other systems, it's definitely eye-opening. I'm excited to learn more about War Machine, too. I mentioned that the very nice people of Steamforge gave us this box, which we're going to check out next week. I want to make sure I've got, like, enough energy to really give this the time and love that it deserves. But we did get the Shadows and Scum 2-player starter, so we're going to look through this as well. And I'm really curious how War Machine's going to do now that Steamforged is in there. It's going to be really cool to see. They've been going, you can tell they're putting a lot of love into it. I'm excited to see how well it does. But we're going to check that out next week when I've got a little bit more energy and brain power. I have, like, just enough brain power to get through stream and some emails today. And that's probably all I can do. My battery's still on empty here. The 2 buildings thing took some getting used to. I'm calling the venue the 2 towers. Zelda says, if the question, how do I get started, where there's no clear answer, something is broken down. Yes. And that's been I think as, like, a streamer, that's been one of my, like, main complaints about Warhammer is, like, what should I pick up to start? And it's like, well, it depends. And it's just like, it shouldn't be, it depends. Should be, here you go. Start with this. Have I messed up this arm again? I said I had the brain power today. Do I actually? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out together. This arm looks different than what I've got. That's okay though. We'll get it. Looks like it should be. Did I? Ah, I did the wrong arrow, chat. That's what happened. The arrow was there and I did the wrong one. I can't be helped. We got a land shark. That's right. Interested in getting my lunar minis built and painted. I'm scared these big cloth spacesuits will either be really easy or incredibly hard to paint. I wouldn't think it's too bad. If you have questions, Jazzy, let us know. The brain needs recharging. My social battery is dead. We just came home and crashed, and I probably need one more day of just not crashing, but just a quiet day here after stream. I've got to work out, and then I'm probably gonna. Honestly, working out might take the rest of the energy. That might be it for me today. Try and get some emails out, and that'll probably be all I can do. I'm dead. Painting white is easy. I mean, you can contrast it up. That'd be pretty quick for cloth. If you wanted to go that route. I saw it was like Street Sharks. We got our Street Shark box. I think the start could be a kill team, Warcry band, Blood Bowl team. Learned a lot doing my Lizard Blood Bowl team for taking on a big game. It could be, if that's what you want to do. But a lot of times for 40k, people are like, I want to play 40k. So, like, where do I start? It's like, well, it's also a really big ask to tell a beginner, buy all this stuff to get used to it, so then you can buy all the things you actually want. That's a lot. That's a lot. So, yeah, I think Warhammer has had that problem for a while now. I feel like the Age of Sigmar spearheads, or like what they tried to do with Combat Patrol, would have been a good way to do it, but they're not being smart about that either. As those are not balanced point-wise, and Combat Patrol just straight up isn't really supported on the 40k side, so they almost had it. They almost had something there. You can contrast or no good airbrush base. Yeah, that gets you pretty far. Alright, that looks better. Well, that's all we needed. I'll save that arm because I'm sure I'll need it later. Try not to mess it up again. Buy over $1,000 of products, spend the next 10 hours building. If you really want to do it right, spend the next 200 hours painting them. Yeah, like that's a big ask. I think sometimes once you've been in the hobby, like some people just kind of forget how much of an ask it is to spend that much money and time just to get started. And Warhammer just doesn't have a good entry at all. Not at all. Yeah, then you have to study the rules, the main game rules, and then your army rules. And then if you want to play to like a higher level, you also have to know all of the other army rules. And it just keeps growing. Okay. And now he's got accessories. I thought I was done. We're not. We have accessories. Okay. 30. Which might be back on our first brew. I'm in the hobby. Ask is something I think about with every game I play. Paying for the rules which don't come out at the same time, get outdated within 6 months. Yep. And oh, you want those rules in your app? Well, you have to pay for that too. And it's... Yep. Yep. And around we go. Well, that's why I like games with free apps. If I want to know what something does, I can just open the page. Oh, GW need to be better terrain. Third-party options are all better and cheaper. Or incorrect on release needs to be patched. I'll always go back to the Space Wolf Codex last edition, 2 editions ago. It just straight up didn't have the sagas in it. Just pretty important for space wolves. Just straight up not in there. Yeah, it's things like that. So it's been a problem. Popping in and out. Sounds good, Mikey. We'll be here. Hope you have a good rest of your day. If you're also recovering here, have a good one. Even you say, wow. Okay, sorry. I'm still looking for 30. Trying to figure out, like, what it is, too. Cycles on his waist, cycles on his waist. Where is... I don't even see it on the mini. What are you? Maybe it's back with the other leaders stuff. There's 30. Vegeta, hello! How are ya? We're doing well. What you up to today? I am building this really cool Oni for Conquest. So here's the boy we're building right now, and then we've also built the Daimyo, who's also very cool, very chunky boy. Look how much room we get to paint, chat. I'm excited for these big minis. I've played quite a lot of Warhammer, and I've never played on GW terrain. Yep, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. And then, yeah, considering how much you play with your tournaments and stuff. It's not a great look. You know, he's a book publisher who sells minis because you hooked on books. So this is what it feels like. That is what it feels like. Because this is all sprue. I was afraid to clip it until I saw where it was going. Some nice wide stance samurai. I'm pretty excited. So these go with... if you were here when we unboxed that really pretty Kitsune Vegeta, that pretty fox lady, this is the same faction. So trying to build them out here so I can play some games. Trying to figure out where this sits. Looks like it's just at the end of these skulls. I think as I build like this first set of stuff, that's the only hard part I'm running into is some of these smaller connection points. It's hard to know where they're wanting me to put this. I don't have a great photo of where this goes. Is it up underneath? Oh, is that what that... I feel like it connects there. We're gonna make it work. Gale Force 9 is hard to justify other non-painted terrain. I think so many people just end up 3D printing or making their own thing. Especially since you need an entire table of terrain. And yeah, GW is definitely not the cheap option for that. Every time I pick up a GW shade pot, it finds a way to fall over. My war dog fell over and dove for the earth shade this time. No! Okay, I'll leave this here for a second. It feels like it's at a weird angle, but maybe not. I can't go any further in because of the armor, so I guess that's correct. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, let's get these other bits. We have this like bag that goes somewhere. What? I'm gonna leave that off for now. I don't know where that goes. Look at this other bit though. I've not had a Citadel pot fall over, but the Tamiya cement pot falls over. Oh, really? When it's full, I've tipped it a few times, yeah. The pot I'm always scared of, so I always use a little bit of blue tack, and I will tack it to my desk. Like while I'm streaming. Because I'm a klutz, just naturally. So I tack that shit down. saying Gale Force 9 is cheap, but it's not any more than most kits. Pre-painted, ready to go out of the box, and a big sell for me. Hence all the Gale Force 9 mech warrior buildings I have. I think for sci-fi stuff it's nice. It's not... I don't always like their style, but the fact that they're like ready to go is really nice. That's what the old Earthshade, yeah, that stuff's worth its weight in gold. You can't be knocking that over. I tack that shit down. I don't trust myself. Immediately put some blue tack on that. Yeah, the accessories and stuff don't have great connection points. I think will be my one thing I'm kind of running into here. Like it just kind of sits back here. I'm not really sure where I need to connect this. It's just kind of here. Okay, that feels okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I guess, what does everyone have coming up the rest of this week? Anything we're excited for? I'm gonna be working on Votan and getting ready for Monster Hunter. That'll be about it for me. Try and just get back in the swing of things. Figure out some stream stuff. Concert and pre-release. I mean, that's a good week right there. That's fun. Figure out the rest of my my meal prep stuff. Just get into the schedule. Patches and stuff for the stick here, and the image was impossible to read here. I mean, like, I'll give them a little bit of leeway because they're not necessarily needed, but yeah, it'd be nice to have a little bit better connection point would be nice. Like, this feels like it's just gonna stick them in the side, which I don't super love. But it lines up with the strap is what I was trying to do. But it does kind of feel like I'm gonna just stab him in the arm. I am gonna just go ahead and tack it to his foot as well for another connection point. Okay. Well, I'm going to save the little bag, but I don't really know where it goes. Maybe. I was kind of hoping the online, maybe he's on there. So I'll just wait and I'll get that later. But here is our first Oni. Here's the leader. He looks like a badass. To go with our other badass. I just love how big they are. Big, chunky boys. They're going to be a lot of fun to paint. Okay. Let's get our second one. Maybe we should build... Do you guys want to build a Tengu with me? I kind of want to hop around and see the other stuff. At least for stream. Like, I'll come back and build them in a bit. Let's do a little Tengu. Thick. Everything's thick. Let's do a little Tengu. So you guys can see more of the range. Oh, get comfy here. A little Tengu it up. What is this boy? Is this our leader boy? Which piece is 6? Looks like the big piece of this is 9. Just gonna see if it's the... Oh, it's not. What are you? I guess get this out of the way. Get the big boys out of the way. Let's try and find this piece. Gotta buy more glue. Other than that, my gifted corn dog is ready to get everything attached on his base. Let's go. We love a good corn dog. Need 9 and 10 is what I'm looking for. It's 27, 42. What have I done? Oh wait, are you 9, not 6? You're 9. It has a dot on it. It's 9. Man, these guys are bigger than I thought they would be too. I think I just assumed the Tengu would be a bit smaller, but no, he's pretty big. Like, that's a big Tengu. Okay, let's dive in here. I just assumed they'd be a bit smaller. Though I guess if they have the, like, the light, medium, and heavy, and, like, the different sizes, everything in that size would have to be pretty big. Oh, we have 2 poses. Pose 1 and pose 2. If I don't use pose 1, does that go into another build? Variation and leader. Oh, okay, so this is dude 1, dude 2, and then leader. Okay, sorry. Pose 1 it is. We're good. Not an option, just first dude. Okay. So we do have an option though for his headpiece. I kind of like this one. We'll do 15 and 17. Getting used to our new instructions here. 15, 17. Blonde Cow is asking chat, for the Zinch War Dog, should I do normal T-Sun-ish colors or most gaudy metallic look possible? Trying to think. I feel like if you still stuck with, maybe not necessarily Thousand Sun colors, but like Zinch colors, you could do like a really bright blues and purples and like the pinks and stuff. I feel like that's what popped in my head as you asked. So maybe not necessarily Thousand Suns, but like really Zinch colors could be cool. I don't know if that's maybe what you had in mind, or if I'm adding more options. What do I think, chat? Well, that's what popped in my brain. That's a giant gate there on his, I guess this... I guess this is actually designed to be here. I think it is, yeah. Have all those colors, ooh, in matte and metallic. I think if you like, well, Panda says Thousand Suns. I think like really leaning into it could be really fun. I feel like if any of the Chaos Gods are going to be metallic. Well, hold on. How shiny is this dog? I was going to say, because are you going to do a Slanesh one too? Because I feel like if you're going to go gaudy metallics, Slanesh might be where you just go ham on the metallics. So maybe that's part of the consideration too. As it sounds like you're doing one for each. I feel like maybe some metallic. All right, more filing. After stream, I gotta order more files. These have seen a lot of miniatures. It's time for another set. Once I get the Chaos Knight kit, I'm going to use the A-Bomb Tentacle Legs as Slanesh, well, for the Slanesh dog. Shiny enough to bring you joy. That's a good way to put it, too. I think in my mind, if I wanted a super gaudy one, it would be the Emperor's Children one, or the Slanesh one. But like a little metallic on the Zinch would make sense, too, and bright colors. Hoot, welcome in. How are you? We are building some Conquest. I picked this up at Adepticon. So we're building some Tengu right now. What are you up to? Our little group went real hard on Conquest, and I'm pretty excited because everyone's already building and getting started. It's very cute. Makes me happy. Building my settlement. Oh, and Fallout 76. Nice. Do you like to go real hard on like the base building? Is that something you really enjoy? Well, I guess my other big announcement from from the trip is I have passed chapter 1,000 in One Piece. I'm almost caught up to the anime. I actually thought they were about to start an arc, which I guess they're doing part 2, so I've got a little bit more to read than I thought, but I am almost caught up to the anime. I'm pretty excited. Like, it's a One Piece with everyone. Pretty excited. It's been a wild but very good ride. I do love me some One Piece. It's a lot of pieces. It is, yeah, more than 1,000 pieces, the actual. But it's been really good. I've enjoyed it. Kind of kicking myself for not starting it earlier, but I'll be caught up. Hoot says, it's more fun than the rest of the game. How many guns do I really need? Always at least one more, Hoot. Always at least one more. Good, glad you're enjoying it. It's not for me, but glad you're enjoying it. Is anyone else watching anything good right now? It was really funny. On the way up to the con, we watched Lord of the Rings. They only had the second one on the way up. And then on the way back, we caught Return of the King. It's like they knew. So we got to watch those in the hotel. It's kind of nice to zonk out, too. Extended? I don't think they were, since they were just on TV. They were not. Now that I think about it. They were not. Wheel of Time Season 3. I have heard that has gotten a lot better. Wheel of Time. I don't know if it's like enough for us to check back out again, but I've heard that's gotten better. We watched, I think, about half of the first season, and it was fine. Apparently they've really turned it around a bit, which is interesting. Not normally the way you hear it going. Sorry for going off camera. I'm getting his little face all sanded. Get his little hat on, or his feathers. Again, if I go off camera, it's because I'm sanding and I don't want to shake the camera or the desk. So, sorry if you lose me for a little bit. I'm still here. Season 3 is a lot better. It's been steadily getting better throughout overall, but Season 2 ending was bad. Oh, okay. I think it's kind of neat that it's, like, able to have a Season 3 and keep getting better. Usually, I feel like for the most part, if something's not doing great, they just go ahead and axe it. So it's kind of cool to see that they're giving it some time. Obviously, contracts and stuff like that, I don't know how that works, but glad that it's getting better. Okay, there's that. I'll let that glue for a minute. Let's go ahead and get his little accessories and stuff on. Let's hope that there's a good spot for the accessories. I'm not just wondering where these go again. Okay, do we have an actual... Kind of, sort of. Give me one second, chat. I'm trying so hard to like line something up, and I just don't think there is something to line up. Okay, I want this to stick into something. I don't know that it does. Hershey, welcome in. How are you? It's a good thing the books don't have a massive 4 to 5 book lull of boredom before getting good in. Oh wait, rip. How are you? I have not read the books, but I know that's kind of a thing. How do you think they will do that? Do we is it possible to not, I guess, put everything into the show? Is there a way to bypass some of that? Okay, well, forget that piece. I'm gonna come back to that. It's Wednesday, or so they tell me. They would be correct, so that's good. Glad you're getting through the week here. We got back from Adepticon, so we're just kind of recovering, and I'm building some Conquest today. Our little group went real hard on Conquest at Adepticon, so I need to get caught up here. Everyone else has been building. I am behind. Oh wait, this has an actual thing to slot onto. Nice. It's still not a lot of connection point, but it's something. I'll take it. Armageddon Conquest. Sorry. I was already having fun with Slam's new words. And Yords and dinosaurs. And Horth. I might go ahead and attach this to his kind of hip too. More connection points. She doesn't get knocked off. Okay, I'm gonna come back for that other piece later. Might try and sweet talk Scott into some of these smaller pieces. Can you put all my stuff on? Make sure they don't immediately fall back off. Because I'm not seeing how to do that. Just read a thread on Reddit. Who would win, a shark or a tremor? Reddit's weird. It do be. I have found that with like social media being really annoying right now, I've been on Reddit more. And I don't know if that's good or bad. I've returned to Reddit more than I used to. Proceed to break down the biology of a tremor. Depends on if they're in water or not. That's true. Gotta consider all the things. We have a what is it called? Is it the bee well? Here we go. Wow, Scott, you're just so good at putting together annoying minis. Please help. Please. I don't know where these go. I have a vague idea of where they go. I had to bail on Reddit. It's not doing good things for me. That's fair. That's how socials were for me. So I went the other way. Tremors can't swim. There's a tremor expert in that thread. Well, I mean, a shark is definitely going to win then. If you put him on, put him in water. How would they even meet? One burrows and one swims. Maybe they burrow into the sea. I don't know. Yeah, I think you've got two very different, I don't even know how they would fight. One of them would have to meet the other in their area. Or they're just on the shore, like... I don't know how this works. Give me the rules. While I was on the treadmill, I had an idea. Brat, theme super brat for Gaslands next would be perfect, now that we know they're going to be in Milwaukee. You could do like the Wienermobile, but a brat. Yeah. Get a Wienermobile. Now all I do is play video games and watch 90 Day Fiancé. I don't know if that's better than social media. You know, if it works, it works. I feel that, though. I've been reading a lot more since the world started exploding. I've been reading a lot more. My Kindle has been where I go, where if I just can't be online for a little bit. Fire up a book. Where does this go? Oops. Actually, they're called graboids, not tremors. Actually. Alright, noob. What are you putting your money on? Graboid or shark? I need to file his little shoulder. Get out. Oh, I had a Kindle and my mother claimed it. I haven't seen it in years. I love mine. I had been wanting to get back to reading for a long time. And just having like the backlit, the e-ink screen is just a lifesaver. I had tried I think it's the Nook from Barnes & Noble, but there wasn't an e-ink. It was like a regular tablet screen. And I could not remember a lot of what I was reading. Having the e-ink be more like a book is definitely the biggie for me. I really like it. Because like even I've been reading One Piece on my iPad, and I notice my eyes get tired a lot faster on it than on my Kindle. Makes a big difference. I was having to take a lot more breaks while I was catching up. Noob says, depends on the terrain. Still got money on the graboid since it can tunnel under the sea. There you go. Under the sea. Like I says, I think I figured out what to do for Zinch. Doing dark metallic blue, wet blended into lighter Thousand Suns. There's blue. Will be pretty. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Oh my god.